All right, it's raining like Michael Jordan in the finals out there. Let's make a vid. Have a coffee with me. Raw Dog made a video. We, or Corey and I talked on the phone, and to get Raw Dog his questions to be answered in video form in support of his journey to Nepal, which was all spearheaded by Corey. As I barely watch Raw Dog. Nice, likable. His persona doesn't fit my style. No big deal. Uh, he made a video and it talked about, what his friendship meant for Corey. I think Shafe had probably provided some sort of report when he visited, but old Econ went out there and then spazzed out and said a bunch of weird shit about Corey. So, not to set the record straight, uh, not as a report card, not as a testimonial or review, but just a clear perspective from me, an indication of who CoryC is. Important that we get to the heart. So the way he is with his dogs, and obviously with other pets. We've been in the same room while he's treating animals very well. The way he treats his dogs very, very well, and his connection with them is indicative of who he is as a person. His family, not only what he does for them, but how he cares for them, level of sweetness, understanding, the amount of grace he gives people. That includes his friends. There is I don't know, an amount of capital we have as friends, but he treats his friends very close to how he treats his family. Is very open to people. His work ethic, I think, is not to be questioned. It's impeccable. Although he is married, that when you're around him, you can tell that chicks like him. It's a powerful indicator of like the people you're around. You don't want to be around a bunch of bastards. And it's not just girls, like people love him through social or business connections. Um, it's it's easy for a lot of us to tell like he's extremely smart. Corey's a thinker, and we think differently sometimes. Uh, but I'm a pretty decent judge of high intelligence, and he certainly has one that provides value to the world. And that way, it kind of helps him. Like the business side of Corey is extremely organized and is what we refer to as square business, like a true honorable deal, which is hard to find. Doing what you say you were going to do. Uh, at the same time, that's kind of our structured side. He is super creative and super, super funny, like an underrated amount of funny. And, the amount of inside jokes he's got with, almost everybody he knows. The impressive past are some of the things that you guys know about him and some of the other things that you don't. It's all very, very real and true to the story of who he is. I think he's super trusting. It says a lot about somebody, uh, but it's not like people of his style. of his personality type and that kind of high performance um, energy, it's unlike a lot of those people to be super trusting and fair. But he certainly is. And fair is not a very bland word. Uh, it's very, very big and impactful when it's real and it fits that personality type. That sort of high performer usually does come with the willpower he possesses. Very, very strong willpower where I don't find myself, ever doubting that what he says, not only is he going to do, but he could just make it happen. Uh, he does have the quadriceps of an African American gentleman. I played sports with him a couple times and been around him a lot. Uh, I think that's a strong quality. His ability to multitask, not only in the way where it actually gets done, but to tolerate it and to do it very sharply, I think is pretty impressive in shaping. In in that way, with all kind of like who he is combined, he could and would have made an incredible anything. Uh, Doctor, pilot, whatever the case may be, whatever he wanted to do, he would have been one of the best in the world at that. I think he's super patient. I don't know if he realizes that or thinks that about himself. I've seen it. Something really big, kind of to the pet's family and friends, is how thoughtful and giving he is. It's it's hard to pay first when he's around, and he's just kind of expecting himself to kind of take care of the universe when he interacts with it. It's just his archetype. So um, you get around Corey, like try and pay quick. He's super super nice, and the unexpected, uh, thoughtful stuff, and uh, you see how he interacts with his troop, tribe, group, whatever. And I think the most important point is he contains an old world honor. The way you describe like an old guy or your dad, or like, oh, they don't, you couldn't break him for $1 trillion, or, and that's not what I mean exactly. I mean he possesses an old world honor uh, that is to be exemplified in future generations if we can make that even possible, um, because it is a very, very important part of who he is, and and that's important to me, Savage L.